Hey, so I'm about to walk you guys through this house. It's getting ready to go on the market. My contractor, in fact, is here doing some work now, but we've already gone through and identified some things that need to be done for us to get top dollar for this home in a quick sale. Now, this one's been a rental house for about 4 or 5 years or so now. So while it was left in great shape overall, there are some little touch-ups that come from either living or having a tenant in there, especially having a tenant. Sometimes tenants are, I've had them leave the house in better condition than when they move in from time to time, but usually there's some touch-ups that need to be done in between. So we're going to take a walk through this house, and remember, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share the video. So if you know anyone getting ready to sell a home, they can go through, maybe use some of the information in this video so they can sell their home quickly and get top dollar for it. So first impressions are going to be critical. And as I'm walking up towards the front door, right off the bat, I see above the garage, it needs really just a fresh coat of paint and a little bit of caulk just to bring this thing back to life. And also the house needs to be pressure washed. This is vinyl, even though it's a high-end vinyl that kind of gives it the hardy plank look. But you can see on the side, getting the sun, all in all, it's in pretty good shape. Just a nice pressure wash on the exterior and some caulk is really going to make this house pop. So that's what we're going to do. And as I walk over here, we're going to get more of the same on the rail. Never what you want for your first impression. So this is going to be critical to have nice landscaping and a clean looking house, because the buyer is going to form their first impression of your home within 20 minutes. So if this is their first impression, they're already going to be looking for reasons not to buy the home. So a fresh coat of pressure wash, bring this concrete back to life. This is a plastic rail, not wood, so it's going to pressure wash quite easily. But we'll really make that pop. So you can see when you live in a house, there's some touch-up paint, whether it's a rental or not, that generally needs to be done along doors and where you have that semi-gloss white paint. Clean the baseboards real good. If that doesn't work, you may need a fresh coat of paint. And you can actually see right there in the middle of the screen, this house has had touch-up painting done along the way, and the color came out slightly lighter. So what we're going to do is extend that chair rail all the way to the door, where all we have to do is paint below the chair rail, because the paint above is actually in pretty good shape. And in this room, I've got a high ceiling, and no one wants to get into the expense of doing all that. Also in this dining room, you can see right there in the middle of the screen, there's a line where there was a rug at one point that is faded. So that's their original color, while the color is a little bit deeper where the rug stopped. So it was more pronounced in the kitchen than this room. We're not going to do anything with the floor in here. But when I go into the kitchen, where it was more pronounced and the floor was not in as good a shape, we took the floor up and we're going to put a new laminate luxury vinyl plank down in its place. Reason being, this older stuff they use is not as good a quality as the new stuff. The luxury vinyl plank itself is a fantastic material, waterproof, incredibly durable. There's a water stain where there had been a previous leak fixed, so we've cut that out. The leak is being repaired. So the ceiling is going to get a fresh coat of paint in here, as well as some new sheetrock. And same thing in here. There's a lot of places in this house, if you can see over there by the ladder, where the colors don't quite blend, and along the hallway in the foyer. So a lot of little touch-up painting is going to happen in here. And you really want it to look good. Last thing we'll do is have the maid come in, but when I come out here to the screen porch, you've got, and it's already been removed, the screen was torn along the bottom. We still have the screen up top, so we're getting the screen replaced below. And the fence, as you see, is faded over time. This house is about 10 to 12 years old, so that fence was up for a while, so it's going to get a fresh coat of stain to make it pop. So between the pressure washing and the fence stain and the new screen in here, and then we'll get the grass cut right before it goes on the market, it's going to look good. So this carpet coming up the stairs is actually new in between the last tenant and the one before that, but when we come up the wall right there, that's not light, that's actually a different color on the wall. So same deal in here. We're gonna have to paint down the hallway. And we've got a very dark room here. So this is a really dark room. You don't want the house to look dark for showings. There's a couple little spots up there. So we're gonna get that taken care of. You wanna get any little items like that, so where the smoke detector is a little bit off-centered there. I don't know if we can just slide that back over, if it's gonna have to be replaced. We'll take care of that. Coming into this bathroom, this is where the plumbing is happening. Something's going on with the drain down there. So they're figuring that out, and then we'll get it addressed. Along the same lines of making the house look new, I'm popping again. Fresh coat of paint where touch-ups as needed. And you want to be aware, this is really more of a cosmetic issue, but when I come in here, the grout is dirty in some areas. You can see where it's clean there and it's gotten dirty here. That just happens with the house. On top of that, there's some cracked tile, some missing grout there if it shows up a little bit. And when I come over here to the wall, we have a nail pop and a tape seam, so that's going to be corrected as well. So the nail seams are actually a pretty easy fix. Anywhere there's dust, we're going to get the cleaning crew in here. They'll take care of that. If you can see that dust that's just built up. Another area of concern, and this is a good one to demonstrate, you can see the ceiling fan has got a nice layer of dust on it. That happens over time. Take a broom, something, wipe off your ceiling fans. Anywhere you have light bulbs out, like that one, replace your light bulbs. Check your air filters are another area of concern. So when I come up here, and again, common in a rental, that air filter right there is dirty and needs to be changed. Now some of the colors in this home, this is a large home. There's a good chance there's going to be a little girl in here, so we're going to leave this lavender paint, which is in good shape and is clean. And we just actually already had the brand new carpet in here. So we got this room recarpeted for $460. Smells like new carpet. But you can see some areas, there's a little nail pop, not a big deal. They happen over time, it's purely cosmetic. That happens when they're building the home and they use these nails, and they'll start to back out as the house goes through different seasons, heats and cools. So anywhere you have those little nail pops like that. So unfortunately my phone died before I finished that video, but we got through a lot of it. The idea is when you're getting ready to sell a house, it needs to really pop if you're going to get top dollar in a quick sale. Otherwise people are going to try to beat you up on price. Then they get inspections done and ask for repairs and touch-ups anyway, so you might as well do everything on the front end. So yeah, the list I had was edge trim the yard, a lot of things you've already seen, the downstairs ceiling, the touch-up paint, some rooms need to be painted. The garnet bonus room, the green bedroom, those were going to be painted agreeable gray or a Killam beige. In this case, Killam beige, because a lot of the downstairs was already Killam beige. When I get a blank slate, I usually go agreeable gray because it's more of the in color right now. Clean the carpet, replace carpet in the bonus room, which was $460 for that. A lot of that's already been done, you know. Paint the scuttle hole cover because it was looking a little chewed up. The chair rail downstairs, the luxury vinyl plank in the kitchen, and in that upstairs bathroom. So all in all, it's a fair amount of work, but it's been a rental for 4 or 5 years. So we're just at a point right now where, you know, this is some stuff that needed to be done over time. And the grand total for everything, the staining the fence is maybe the most expensive thing on there, but we're going to end up out of pocket somewhere between $5,000 to $6,000 for that home. Why did you rent it for 4 or 5 years? We were in a market where prices were appreciating and the house was bought at the peak. Couldn't get the money back out from their purchase price when they originally bought it, so it became a rental for 4 or 5 years waiting for prices to come back. You know, during that 4 or 5 years, they've paid the mortgage down significantly, in addition to houses appreciating, you know, in our market anywhere from 3, 5, maybe 6% a year. So between the appreciation and paying the mortgage down, they're going to be far, far ahead of where they would have been if they had sold it for what they could have gotten for it 4 to 5 years ago. So to put the $6,000 back into bringing this house back and making it look pretty new again is going to be a great expense between the increase in value and the decrease in the mortgage payoff. You know, getting out of there $5,000 to $6,000 for everything. That's not bad at all. And I expect we'll get top dollar for that house when it hits the market, and hopefully sell within the first 30 days, which for our market, average days on market is running around 75 right now. So a 30-day sale is pretty solid. Like, share, and subscribe for me.